64 days on the Supreme Court nominations. First, I want to thank the Senate President for his willingness to continue to have these conversations with me over time. And I think what we both determined over the last weeks and months is that the health of the Supreme Court and the health of our system in terms of moving nominations forward like this is more important than any one of us getting our own particular way on this issue. What we do today represents a compromise between the two of us, and something that we've been used to doing before with each other on other important issues, and we're doing again today. So let me lay out for you the particulars of what we're going to do. The next time that the Senate board list is open, I will withdraw the nomination of Ann Patterson for the seat that was held by Justice John Wallace. At the same time, we will submit Ann Patterson's name in nomination for the seat being vacated by Justice Rivera Soto. The Senate President has said that hearings will be held during this month, during the month of May, for confirmation of Ann Patterson for a seat on the court. In addition, we have both agreed that with two vacancies now coming up in the Supreme Court on March 1st and March 13th of 2012, that I will submit nominations in a timely fashion, and the Senate will hold hearings in a timely fashion in order to consider those folks, whoever it is that I nominate, in time for them to be seated in March of 2012 if they're confirmed. And so there won't be any delay on my part in terms of giving the Senate enough time for them to fully vet and consider my nominees in March for those two seats, which will come open then. The Senate will give them set scheduled hearings in time so that if confirmed, they'll be able to be seated by March 1st and March 13th so that we have a full complement in the court by March of 2012. In the end, it's too important for us to have the court have a complete complement of justices who are nominated by the governor and go through the advice and consent process of the Senate than to let this go on for any longer. And so I want to thank the Senate President for his willingness to have these conversations with me, to compromise with me, and to come to this agreement. And I look forward to the confirmation hearings that will happen this month for Ann Patterson. And given her background and experience, I'm confident that she will be confirmed as a member of the Supreme Court and be able to take her seat whenever it is that Justice Rivera Soto leaves his. Right now that will be scheduled for September 1st of this year. But if something happens sooner, she would be ready to go whenever Justice Rivera Soto ends his service on the court.
And I want to thank the governor for the willingness to compromise on this issue also. You know, we actually do get some things done here when both sides come to the table and are willing to compromise. And as you can see, one more day we could have made it an official year.
Yeah.
I should have held out.
You should have held out.
I should have held out, Governor. But, you know, we have gotten some very good things done in this state by compromise. This is another compromise where the governor's holding up the principles that he believes in. I'm holding the principles I believe in, but we're getting something done. We need to move forward. This was too important of an issue. The governor has a couple of nominations come March of next year. You know, one of the things I hope the governor keeps in mind is the racial diversity of the courts. We need to make sure we have a racially diverse court that looks like the state of New Jersey. But there's a commitment from me to move the nominations come March also. And I'm kind of forecasting I'm planning on being here then. It's just so you know. But again, I want to thank the governor because this wasn't easy for either one of us. This is very difficult because we both took very strong positions. And as you can tell, our personalities are not one to lead to giving in either way. But neither one of us gave in. We came together to come up with a good deal for the people of the state of New Jersey. So again, Governor, I want to thank you for your willingness to work with me and I with you. So we put the people of New Jersey first. Thank you.
It seemed to me that you know, it was time to get legitimate justices on the Supreme Court, and you know, I think that this is a fair compromise for us, given all the circumstances that have occurred in the last year since I originally made the decision to not renominate Justice Wallace. And so that from my perspective, that's why this compromise became, I think, necessary in the interest of the operation, the appropriate operation of the court, and necessary for the people of New Jersey to have folks on the court who have gone through the nomination and advice and consent process before they're making decisions of extraordinary import on behalf of the people.
I think it's principle on both our plate, what we're both at, which made it very hard, honestly, to come to a compromise. My argument was the independence of the courts, and wanting them to maintain independence. The governor's argument was remaking the courts, and I think his arguments were true to him, mine were true to me. But for me, it was a symbol of independence of the courts, and we've come to a compromise, which is more important than anything, that we've moved beyond a roadblock like we have today, so that we can get moving on with people's business again. You know, and honestly, the governor and I have personalities that aren't that easy to compromise at times. But we've come to one today, and that's a very good thing for the people of the state of New Jersey.